Good afternoon, and thanks for tuning in to Bite-Size Book Reviews. So I recently read a book called Sophie Goes Lonely Hearts Club by Roselle Lim. The main character, Sophie Go, has just come back to Toronto, Canada from 3 years at a matchmaking school in Shanghai. So she's all set to begin building her professional career as a matchmaker. Like, it's something that she's wanted ever since she was small, and she's trying to fill the space left behind by an elderly woman who semi-recently passed away, who used to be the matchmaker for the Toronto area and was also the person who encouraged her to go to school in the first place. Unfortunately, her job is suddenly made incredibly, unbelievably difficult when people find out that she never actually graduated from matchmaking school, and so does not actually have a certification to be a professional matchmaker. And this is a really big deal because there aren't a lot of people who are willing to take a risk, I guess, on a paid service for someone who doesn't have like a really good reputation. And there's all these terrible rumors like flying around about like why she was not able to graduate. And this causes multiple problems for Sophie, not only because she has a hard time now finding clients or building the kind of social connections she needs to make this kind of career work, but also because she is rapidly running out of funds. Like, she moved out of her parents' house, like is renting her own apartment, and really, really happy not to be living with her parents anymore, but because of this issue, like, it may force her to move back. And not only that, like, her parents are constantly demanding money from her, and she's rapidly losing the ability to support like all of them together. So in like desperation, she like starts looking around for a different way to start building a client base so that she can maybe get her certification, and she stumbles across a group of old men in her apartment complex. Like, they call them the old ducks. So it's a group of 7 elderly Chinese men, all of whom are bachelors, and she convinces them to give her a try. Like, they are all very lonely people, like people who do want to find someone to spend like what years they have left with. So Sophie sets out to try to find matches for these 7 old gentlemen. So something I liked about this book, I think it definitely had like a sense of humor that I appreciate, and I really liked watching the friendship build between Sophie and the old ducks. Like, it's kind of endearing. Like, by the end of it, she says that it's a bit like having 7 nosy old uncles, and that really is the kind of feeling that it gives. Like, even though they do have kind of a rocky beginning, like one of them is extremely rude, for instance, and so on, but you kind of see that those relationships smooth out and they become a really supportive sort of found family, and that was really nice to watch, I guess. But something that I did not like her parents are so awful that I started skipping her conversations with them by the end of the book, because you could just tell that it was going to be really bad. Like, they honestly, like, they made me angry with how much they took advantage of her, but they also made me angry at her for allowing them to take advantage of her. It's like she keeps telling herself, oh, they love me, and so I, should do what they say or something, but none of their words or actions actually demonstrate even a modicum of caring. Like, they're pretty much only ever use like emotional blackmail to hurt her and to coerce her into doing what they want, and doing what they want is primarily giving them money. I don't think they like ever once in the story asked her how she was actually doing, and they're like completely the opposite of supportive, and that was like really, really irritating. especially like as you went through the book and it kept happening and happening and happening. Like it's something that the book knows is a problem and is working on, but it doesn't really make it less annoying. So one last note is that I was a little surprised to discover that this book actually has a touch of the supernatural. So when they talk about people becoming professional matchmakers, they literally mean people who have a gift to see like people's red threads. So, like the whole idea about like red threads that connect people like who are compatible or, in some way maybe not meant to be together, but suitable for one another. So these people can see like everyone has a red thread and they can see how the threads react to one another. I don't know, it's a little odd. I mean, it worked well for the story and everything, but I do think that I personally might actually have liked the story better without it. Like, it seems like it was there partly to confirm whether or not like she made good matches and so on, but I actually felt like it was a little unnecessary to the story as a whole.